Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Unmissable webinar, which is not for fantastic new features. It is indeed, Kyla, 6 super duper features that we're going to bring to you. We've made it even bigger. So welcome to all of you, wherever you are in the world. We've got people from Scotland, where Kyla and I are. We've got people from Italy. I see someone from Greece. Kyla, you're just back from Greece, is that right?
Yes, I saw 2 people from Athens, and I'm just back from there. So, hi,
Amazing.
Athens.
Wow, 6, Amanda. Someone from Pennsylvania. Welcome, Scott. We've got people from Canada, Argentina, and beyond. So all of you are more than welcome to join us in this session. We've probably got about 45 minutes or so. Not only is it Kyla and myself presenting today, we also have Ivan, who's in the chat. Ivan is our most wonderful support manager. He's always there to answer your questions. So if you have any questions at all, just pop them in the chat. Kyla and I will see them on the screen, but we've also got Ivan there to answer your questions. And I see someone from Portugal. We've got very good news for Portuguese speakers coming up. Okay, let's crack on. So I'll put this onto the screen. So welcome, everybody. Ivan is amazing. Yes, he is always there with the questions, and my monitor's just decided to turn itself off for some reason. So I just have to make sure that's gone back on. So yes, I mentioned it's not 4, it's actually 6 new updates that we're going to be bringing you. Oh, hi, Alan from Inverness. He's just kind of about 30 miles or so that way. And Alan actually is heading up High Life Highland, which is one of our favourite case studies, Kyla.
Yep, one of my all-time favourites, Highland Folk Museum.
So 6 updates that we'll go through in this order. First of all, we want to talk to you a little bit about our upcoming AR app, and you'll notice that that's in orange, and also our Pano to 360 conversion tool by ThingLink. We've also got some great new features. Previews, our AI assistant, which is now open to 100% of users. We only just released that in beta to a small amount of users recently. We've got new languages available to our interface. That's for anyone that can go in there, and we'll show you how to do it. And we've also made our accessibility options much more prominent. So hi to everyone from the University of Southampton and Florida and California. Excellent. Lovely to see you all here. So the first thing I always do at the beginning of our webinars, hi 3D Scotland, is just a little background information, just briefly, because we do recognise that some of you might not know what ThingLink is or might be new to ThingLink. So ThingLink as an award-winning tool, it's a solution, and it's there for you to be able to make your images, your videos, your 360 images and videos, or 3D models interactive with hotspots. And ThingLink is now, gosh, it's coming up to 12 years old now, so it's a very mature, stable platform. And ThingLink has grown over the last few years exponentially. So ThingLink originally started with the main ThingLink editor that you'll all know and love. And we like to think of this as the OG, the original, and that's the main ThingLink tool that you know and love. But we've added on additional products, and this is in response to people asking for these different ways of using their ThingLink content. So you're able now to create branching scenario-based learning experiences. And I'm going to have a look at a little bit at that, because we'll be looking at the AI features. You're also able to create guided tours, which means you can sequentially take your viewer through a tour. Great for museums and exhibitions, and just when you want to move away from that kind of free form guided tour. And as I mentioned, the AR app, which I'm going to be talking about in a moment. And If you've ever heard of Unity, this is a gaming engine or a 3D environment creation tool, then you can also get ThingLink for your Unity plugin, where you can take a screenshot and a 360 experience in your 3D game or wherever you are, and just export that into ThingLink and then make it interactive. Now, I always add a little bit more information in, and this is really relevant. And I was talking with Ulla today, and it's really, really exciting to think that, when ThingLink was born, which was Ulla's vision, it was all about making every single object an interface for learning. So if you haven't seen this before, this is Ulla's first idea, which was sewing tags into clothes that people could enter the number and it would bring up information. So this is Ulla looking very young there, I must say. In that very early stage back, sort of 13 years ago. And we discovered this actually in 2007. So you might not have seen this, but Ulla was actually at a festival, which was on the Tyneside back in 2007, and was talking about a ThingLink phone and how a future phone could make everyday objects physical interaction through this virtual overlay. And that's really nice, because now, of course, it's come full circle. And we're starting to see these kinds of examples come to life, aren't we, Kyla?
Yeah, whenever I see this, that is exactly what it makes me think, that the QR codes, but also the AR app that we're launching it's the manifestation of Ulla's original idea. So it's so exciting to see it being launched.
So without any further hesitation, we're going to go straight in.
Hello, we're today at the Helsinki City Museum, which is, by the way, the most popular museum in Helsinki. We're here to try ThingLink's new AR app and show you how it works.
Earlier today, we were here to take photos of some of the work, and we also measured their approximate dimensions.
Next, on ThingLink, we added a couple of hotspots on select pieces at the exhibition. Now we're going to see how it works. So we at ThingLink built easy-to-use tools for creating interactive learning experiences in both digital and physical environments. If you want to try out our new AR app, make sure to sign up at thinglink.com.
There we have it. So Ulla looking much more sophisticated than in that last picture, showing us all about how the AR app can work. Thanks, Amanda. Genius. So I've actually got my iPhone here just now, and I thought it'd be really helpful just to show you that if I go into my ThingLink account, you should be able to see that on the screen now. What I've actually done is I've taken a picture of I can just turn it around to show you. I'll just make that big, make myself big. You see, I've got this picture in the background. This is actually a very old picture by Alfons Mucha, a Czech graphic designer. And I took a picture of that earlier on, and I've uploaded that into my ThingLink account. And in my ThingLink account, you can see here that obviously I have a kind of sandbox version where we have the new features added. You can see on the left here that I've got this AR page, this link here. And here is where I can create collections of any ThingLinks that I want to put in this particular collection. So if I just hover over here, and then if I click these three dots, I can add further scenes that I've got in my ThingLink account. I can also get a short code and I can also delete. And that shortcode is going to be for the entire collection. So imagine in a moment, once I show you what this looks like, that if you had an entire collection of paintings and you just have one QR code for your visitors, they would be able to do this. So I'm just going to move that off my screen now so I can show you. So I've got my phone here and I've gone into the ThingLink AR app. And then if I hold my phone and just hover over the picture, there you go. You can see that that overlay means that any of the hotspots in that image that I've created with ThingLink are going to show on my phone. So that can open up all kinds of possibilities, Kyla.
Yeah, it means that so educators can take students into a gallery where they've already added their tags to the images in the app. And if they don't have access to the gallery or the museum themselves to be adding in information or QR codes, this gives them that chance to add that layer of information over the top that isn't already there for their students. And that can be all kinds of information.
Yeah, I mean, and that was just so simple. I didn't have to hold it over exactly. I just kind of hovered near it and it recognizes the image in that collection. So thanks, Amanda's already commenting. This would be amazing for schools who not only display pupil artwork, but also if they have the learners explain what they did, what they learned and how they did it. So that's a great idea. And I'm sure that you'll be filling with lots of ideas, everybody. But I just tried to summarize what we thought this could be useful. So bringing objects to life. So you might not want to have QR codes on things. You want people to have that personal interaction with that physical object. And this, which is what names a bit of a clue there, that augmented reality overlay is going to enable you to hear or see or learn much more information about that object. But of course, it isn't just objects. This could be for place names or spaces. You know, think of how many times you see maybe a direction sign, and that's not in your language. But imagine if you could hover your phone over it and then see that additional information, which could be translated into, you know, whatever language that you wanted to. So we do see this as a way of increasing accessibility options as well. Yeah, so it's not released yet. We're still working on it, which is why it says coming soon on the screen, but it will be there and we'll let you know as soon as it comes out. But we also thought when we developed the app that it would actually try and encourage people to drive engagement with those artifacts as well, because sometimes if people just have the links to maybe a QR code, that it might actually be like a bit of a kind of easier option not to go and have that engagement with the artifact. And of course, it's going to be more efficient and effective for everybody. So you don't have to have maybe lots of additional nameplates in front of all of your objects. Or, well, we're thinking, you know, there's so many kind of different uses, and we've talked a lot about museums and exhibitions. But what if you were showing someone, you know, who's a new hire into a place where they wanted to learn about using a point of sale or using a different type of machinery, that they would just be able to have that as an aide-memoire to hover over that point of sale or that type of machinery, and it would have that instant access. So we believe this will be less clutter for you and actually be more efficient and effective. And thanks, Amanda. Yeah, love this. So we will, of course, let you know when that's coming, but we're all super excited about that one. Okay, so the next big update of 2 of 6, again, this is coming soon, but it probably will be out before the AR app because we're a bit closer to releasing this. But we have been completely inundated with people who are saying that they really missed having the Google Street View camera app once that Google had decided to end that product. and they weren't in a position to buy a 360 camera. And we tried to research what other alternatives were, and we couldn't find an alternative for you to be able to take a 360, and by 360 we mean fully immersive 360 spherical image. And the only way to do that would be to have a Google Pixel phone, because that has it natively built into the camera app, or to use a 360 camera like a Ricoh Theta or an Insta360. So we have come up with a solution, which I'm just stoked about, because this is going to be putting the ability to create guided tours into the hands of everybody, because this is something that's going to work on any device. I did put this news into the Facebook group, and one of the comments that came back was, will it be an upsell? Will we have to get a different paid account? And we've decided, no, this is going to be our gift to everybody. It's going to be completely free, and it will be called the Pano to 360 by ThingLink. And I'm delighted to show you a little bit about what this looks like. So just for a little bit of a laugh, I uploaded and took a picture outside my house with an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And you can see here that I've taken this 360 image. Now, of course, I've done that as a panoramic image. So on my iPhone, I've just gone into the camera setting. And then if you scroll across, you'll see the Pano setting. And then it works the best if you set it to 0.5. And then what it does, it means that you can just hold it round and take one single line scrolling around. You don't need to take pictures all over like you would do with the Google Street View app. You know, you still had to click, click, click as though you were in that kind of sphere. This works with one swoop of a panoramic image. So here we have the panoramic image. And what we've been able to do is that where there would be a gap at the top, we've got these cross-faded color pixels, so it fills in that gap above and below. And that's just me outside with a panorama image taken on my iPhone. Yes, no more getting dizzy with Google Street View. So that was me mucking around, but we do actually have a better example that I can show you, and you might have seen this in the blog post. So this is the co-working space, one that the team use in Helsinki, and this is actually the guided tour feature that we have in ThingLink. So you've got one button to click at the bottom, and it takes you to a focal point. You'll see there's another little person and speaker, and what this does is it narrates that text as well.
Go up the charming wooden staircase, take a right, and continue down the hall.
There we go. So you can turn that on and off. And then with one more click, it will take you to the next focal point. But this 360 image, this 360 photosphere was taken with a mobile device. And you'll see that we've got the top and the bottom that's cross-faded out. But also, you're probably aware that the panoramas on phones don't quite stitch together because it's not a true 360 impression. It's a panoramic. So you will see a little bit of a seam. But I mean, as a solution for people that want to, take those kind of photospheres, create tours. And exactly, Ivan's just put a really good comment. You can create this in about 1 to 2 minutes. It's super, super easy to use. So we just thought about putting a really nice, so it'll work with stills. And one question there, which is about, can the 360 image be used in other programs? And I can just come through onto my other screen and talk a little bit more about this and answer those questions. So how the converter works at this moment is that you would take that panoramic image on any mobile device. Of course, different devices might have different definitions. Some are wider with their ultra-wide camera, some maybe not so. So it does depend on how your phone. Google 6 pixels is not great. Google 7 pixel phones we know is going to be even better. But once you've taken that panoramic image, you'll be able to upload it to ThingLink, and that's on the mobile app or in the browser of your phone. So you'll be able to do that too. We then convert your image into a true, fully immersive photosphere. And then you can use that with the guided tour, and then you'll be able to share that with the world, with your audience, as you'd like to. But what we are planning to do is that we will, at that point of upload, we will have a separate web page, which will be thinglink.com Pano to 360, and you'll be able to upload your panoramic image into our conversion page. So it's the converter page, and then you can download it. You could use it with the original ThingLink editor, or you can use that with other apps that you wish to use. So I hope that answers your question, Amber. So initially, just with our guided tours, but we will be making this even better and better. And I did see a really lovely comment from Alan that just says, I think this is brilliant. ThingLink just keeps getting better and better, not the usual experience from other vendors. Thanks ever so much, Alan. That's exactly the kind of feedback that we love to hear. But as you can see from that example that I just showed you, you know, you will get that top and the bottom that's kind of cross-faded out. But yes, you'll be able to use that really quickly, simply with any mobile phone, not just iOS devices, and then you'll be able to use that. And this has come about because so many people have asked for it, hasn't they, Kyla?
That's exactly what I was just about to say, Louise, that this is one of the so many developments that ThingLink have made as a direct result of our users saying, what about if we did this? Is there any possibility that you could provide this for us? And we said, just, okay, hold on, hold that thought, we'll come back to you. And sometimes those things happen within days, such as something that happened last week. Or sometimes these things take quite a while to develop, just to perfect them. But it's so great to be able to launch them and hear all this great feedback, and people go, yeah, this is what we wanted for such a long time. And it's going to solve so many problems for so many ThingLink users. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. And we get inundated with people saying that, they'd love to be able to take their own 360s, but they just couldn't afford the outlay of buying the 360 camera. So our next webinar, which we're going to do in 2 weeks' time, and you are all invited, is to have a whole webinar about using Pano to 360 and how to craft those virtual tours that we just showed you, those guided tours with your mobile device. And we'd love to see some of you there. If you can't make it, if you're on holiday, you're out the office, or our schedules don't align, then of course we'll send you the link to the replay afterwards. So 2 down, 4 to go. And that was the coming soon treats and features. And now we're moving on to the new features, which have just been released that we would love to show you. So the first one, and I'll just make that big so you can see that. There we go. That is the ability to see a preview of your ThingLink on any device. So I'll just show you, that was the scenario version, but you can also do this with your guided tours as well. So here we have it on a mobile device, on an iPad, on a full screen. And what's really nice about this is that the whole experience is completely interactive as well. So it's not just showing you a screenshot across all the devices. It's going to show you exactly what that looks like. So I'm just going to go into my ThingLink, and I'm just going to open up one of my ThingLinks that I've got here, which is just one that I've spun up. And you'll see at the top here now, I have this preview on devices. And when I click on this, it's going to give me all of those options so that you can see it across any of these devices. It just means that if you're creating content for your viewers and you just want to check what it's going to look like on any of those devices, that we've given you the option to do that. So that is available now. Right, 3 down, 3 to go. So that is out and you'll be able to see that now. There's been a lot of talk about AI recently. I think 2023 will go down as the year that many things happened, but also we learn a lot more about AI. And obviously AI's been around for a long time. There's lots of ways in which AI is being used. But of course, ChatGPT and OpenAI really did make this accessible for not only you using ChatGPT and those front kind of language model interfaces, but also it gave us as EdTech developers a way of being able to use it. So I can show you exactly now the AI tools that are available to 100% of our users, apart from students. So I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Firstly, I just want to allay any fears, and please do ask any questions about this. Ivan's in the chat to answer. But we ran a series of webinars. Many of you were there, thinking about AI in education and AI for the future and what people thought about it, what were their concerns. And as a direct result of those webinars, we've developed our approach. We didn't rush in. We wanted to be really transparent and say, you know, we're learning about this too. We all are. And it's okay to say that, you know, it's a learning process and we're not going to do anything until we're sure of our approach. And that's exactly what we've done. So we've been really transparent about that. The second point is privacy. So we have purchased our own installation of OpenAI, and that is held on our servers. So no one's project data, no questions, no prompts, nothing like that goes back to another language model. It's purely held in our own installation of OpenAI on our own servers, which are Azure servers. And that means that we'll still be compliant with really important legislation such as GDPR and COPPA. We've also given you the controls. The servers are in Europe. Amanda's just asked a question. We've also given you the controls that if you have an organizational account, you've got the option to toggle this on and off. So if you did have any concerns, you were able to switch these off. So I wanted to make that really clear for you all. Yeah, Amanda's really happy. Servers are in Europe. Okay, so I'm just going to go back into my ThingLink account and make sure that I've got that right page ready. Here we go. And I'm just going to create a ThingLink from scratch. And imagine my ThingLink is going to be about customer skills. So I'm going to upload something that I've already downloaded in preparation. And here I have an image which is going to be the start of a learning experience all about customer service skills. So I'm going to hit continue and it goes straight into the editor. And you can see that I've mentioned here that there's 5 rules on good customer services and the skills required. So you can see at the top here, it says need help creating your first tags, which is new. If I hit the continue, it's asking me what my project is about. So I'll put the 5 key rules of good customer service skills. There we go. And if I hit continue, so it's going to have a little think about that. And we designed this because we wanted to help people get going. So it literally is a way, if you get that kind of choice paralysis or you're a bit overwhelmed and don't know where to begin, it'll do that for you. So here we have 5 hotspots which have been created. Now I can edit these, I can change the icons. And if I click on them, you can see rule 1, be a good listener. Rule 3, communicate clearly and effectively. 2, show empathy and understanding. Be patient and calm. And here, follow through on promises with your customers. I couldn't think of anything more appropriate. So, and that's the first bit of our AI assistant tools. It's really there for you to get going, and you can make that about any particular project. So yes, students, if students are in an organizational account, we don't have these features available to them, and they can be toggled on and off for staff as well. You can see here it's got this text, and I can edit and delete, change the layouts, or change and add extra things in like you would do with any text and media tags. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show you. So I'm going to click done, and I'm going to click done out of that again. And here's my ThingLink. And I'm just going to go into my scenario builder tool. And you'll all be aware that scenarios are a really great way to think about skills in the era of AI as well. So you can create scenarios, people responding to those scenarios. You can have students create games-based experiences or create different scenarios with branching options depending on how they would want to create a skills-based learning experience. So I've just created this initial one and about my customer engagement, and I'm going to hit the plus button, and you can see underneath there I've got generate questions, suggest branches, or even write a recap. So I want it to suggest branches for me. So if I click on suggest branches and I put my project is going to be about learning good customer service skills, and suggest branches, and it does take a couple of seconds, but here you go, it's created my branches for me. And if I go on to preview this, so you can see this, here's my scenario, and if I click proceed, it's given me those options where I can just build out further ThingLinks based on those branches. So I think that's another really good way that if you're unsure about creating branching learning experiences or scenarios, then this can help you to get going. If I just go back to this one and delete that block, we'll delete that tree, and I'll click it again, you can see I've also got one to generate questions. Okay, so I generate questions, and my text is going to be again good customer service skills, and it will create 5 questions for you. Just taking a little bit of time to think about it. And what it's done, here we go. What is good customer service? Why is it important? What are some common customer service mistakes? And if I go into the preview of this one again and hit proceed, you can see that it's given me multiple choice, and usually 2 are right and 2 are wrong, but you can see how that works. And that is a really good way for you to get on the page with AI tools, creating your own customer services. And Kyla, you designed some of these originally, didn't you, with the retail examples that I'm using?
Yeah, I did. And I'm just thinking now that you know, that expression, every journey starts with a single step. And sometimes the hardest part of any project like this is just staring at that equivalent of the blank piece of paper, which is your blank screen, thinking, right, how am I going to get started? What's going to be my first question? And once you've got that little extra prompt, that extra handhold, that helping, that little boost to get you started, you're off and you get into the rhythm of it. And I think, you know, that's the best way to think of these tools.
Definitely. If you look on the slides when you get them, we always email you afterwards with a link to our slides. You'll be able to click on this slide and you'll see lots of little tips about how to use it. And we've also got a blog post which outlines the tips as well. So as you'd expect, I created a ThingLink to show how these work. So yeah, we're super excited to see those launch. We are now moving on to number 4, is it, of our new things that we wanted to tell you about. And this one, when I saw someone from Portugal joining the webinar. So we've increased our number of languages which the interface is in. So now you can go into your ThingLink account and in your settings, you can change that to English, Finnish, Italian, German, and Spanish. So that's all there for you. And coming very soon, we have Hindi, Dutch, French, and Portuguese. So we are looking into having other languages as well. This is an ongoing project, but I really wanted to make sure that we got that news out to you as soon as possible. And it's really easy to be able to change your profile settings. You literally just hit on the profile and then you can choose whichever language, and this changes the whole interface for you and the editor. So there you have it. If you need to see any other languages come along, then do let us know, and we'll add that to our long tail of roadmap of languages that we want to. Yes, this webinar is being recorded and you'll get a link in your email to watch the replay so you can watch it again and again. And if anybody else that you know hasn't signed up to the webinar, they can simply go back to the blog post, sign up, and they get our email as well with all of the links to this deck. And the deck's got links in as well, and access the recording as well. So there we have it, languages coming to you. And this is, I think it must be number 6 now. We're coming to the end. We've made it even easier to access the accessibility view of ThingLink. And I'm just going to go back into my ThingLink account and just show you. We'll go back into this one. So when you share a ThingLink, here we go. We've got this one here. When you hit the share button, you'll see that you have this option here, which is accessibility. I'm just going to change my privacy settings to public so we don't get that orange banner up. If I click the share here now, you see that here's the accessibility link. And if you click that link, it gives you a separate link. I'm going to open that on another tab just so you can see exactly what that looks like. What it does essentially is open your ThingLink into a web page, and any alt text that you add to any of the images and tags will show here. But what this also does is bring up these additional accessibility options for the viewer, as you can see here, and these can be translated into other languages as well. And this is a way that screen readers would be compatible with those web links as well. So what we've done is we've made it even easier for people to be able to access this. So instead of sharing that additional link, if I go into my ThingLink and then go into the settings and scroll down, you'll see that you have these icons along the bottom. Here's the ThingLink icon, which you can remove so it doesn't show the branding. This icon makes it full screen. You've also got the VR goggles there. If it was a 360 image to use with headsets. And then you've also got the 2 cubes that show related scenes if there were lots of ThingLinks linked together with a tour tag. But now you also have an accessibility link, and I'll click done again and done again so you can see that. And then when your viewers want to maybe access the web view, they can simply click on that link and it will take them straight to that web view. We've just surfaced that information, and it's part of our ongoing commitment to accessibility, which we obviously keep reviewing and respond to your feedback. And on that note, we are coming to the end of our webinar. So I think it's only right that we all show Ivan some love. He's in the chat. And all of your support requests go to Ivan and the team. And it is down to the feedback that you give us that we do go ahead and make all these changes. There's been other things that have come out this week. You can stop videos from looping in tags, which is really cool to see. Yes, lots of love for Ivan, really important. But obviously keep showing us your feedback and examples. And if you want to share a case study with us, then we'd love to hear that. But when you're in your account page in ThingLink, you'll be able to click for support on the left and also see some of the updates. But don't forget, you can always email support@thinglink.com and Ivan and the team will respond. And that brings us to the end. Yes, video looping. Yep, that's come out. Do join us for our webinar in a couple of weeks, where we'll be going really in depth looking at the Pano to 360. Obviously, we'll have more examples. We'll look at different devices and how that works. Thanks, Amanda. That's just the nicest. Do join us for that webinar. You'll be able to watch the replay as well if you can't join us. As I mentioned, we always make sure we've got enough seats for everyone to join us. Even if we had 1,000 people, we'd still have room for everyone. But also, we want to make sure that you get the replay as well. And of course, you can join our communities and chat to other ThingLink creators and get in some inspiration, or you can leave any feedback. So if there's any questions, please do put them in the chat. But, you know, we are thrilled that you've been able to join us today. And as you can see, yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but there was just so much that we wanted to share with you. Kyla, any last words? I know that you've been keeping quiet because you've got a puppy biting your feet under the table.
Yeah, he's joining me for every webinar so far. There was one question in the chat that I just wanted to see if we could answer, and I think let me just scroll upwards. It was oh, we've had so many comments and lovely. Have you just used AI ThingLink in learning? I think what Antonella is asking is this across all kinds of accounts, not just education accounts, the AI tools? So yeah, it's not just limited to the education and learning accounts. It's all account types.
Yeah, so those AI features we rolled out partially just to make sure that we didn't break the system. And we got the green light, and that's now been rolled out to 100% of our creators. The link to register for the Pano to 360 will be on the slides that you get in your email, or you can go to thinglink.com/blog. You'll see the blog there as well. And I've also put one of the examples of the co-working space in Helsinki. So yeah, thank you. I know we're excited to share this with you, and we're really glad that you're excited to share it with your team as well. And yeah, we can't wait to see what you do with ThingLink and how we can continue to improve it. And thank you so much to Ivan, who has been answering your questions in the chat. Thanks to Ivan. Thanks to you, Kyla, for helping pull the webinar together. And it's always been a pleasure. Yeah, we are really excited to you trying out these features as well, Amber. So I guess all there is to say is have a lovely evening. Have a wonderful holiday if you're leaving work now to go on a vacation, or you're having a much needed break. And we look forward to seeing you on the webinar in 2 weeks' time. So thank you from me. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. I'm going to leave that one on there. Thank you. Bye.